Travis Campbell here, and I'm so glad you are watching this video because I recently interviewed key executives of the ACT database software. Part of the reason this interview went as it did is due to feedback posted at actblogger.com after announcing I was headed to Sage Software Insights Conference in Washington, D.C. Now this interview covers things like poor market perception. Is upgrading really worth it? User interface items such as calendar and synchronization, handheld synchronization, email, Outlook and Act Email, Web 2.0 and social networking, and much more. So without further ado, here's the first segment of the interview. I'd like to introduce to you David Van Toor. And David, can you just introduce yourself a little bit, let everyone know your title and what you're responsible for at Sage?
Sure, Travis, and thanks for the opportunity to do this. I'm the Senior Vice President at Sage and General Manager for the North American CRM Solutions Group. Line title essentially means I'm responsible for the commercial operations of the CRM business in North America, which includes ACT and SalesLogic and Sage CRM products.
And where did you get that North American accent?
Kansas, but before that, and apologies to people from Kansas, but before that, New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay.
I ran a division of an American company in Australia before coming to the US in 2000.
Okay, great. Excellent. And this gentleman over here, Alan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sure, Alan Duet. I'm a Senior Product Manager with the Sage CRM Solutions Group. My responsibilities are for Web 2.0 Internet Services, bringing that technology and those features into all three of our CRM product lines.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, and I am a Sage partner. That means that I've aligned with them to a certain degree to provide their products and services to customers where it's a fit. And many of you that have seen the previous videos have submitted questions and would like to know what is going on with the product, where it's headed, and if there's certain things in the product that are going to increase your capabilities to operate efficiently in your business. So as a partner, one of the things I get to do kind of as a family member is ask some tough questions. And you all have been very frank with me on the blog, and I want to extend that to you by being very frank with them. So guys, first area, I can't answer every question that you all submitted on the blog, but the first area of discussion I'd like to open up is user interface. Some of the areas that folks like Leon and others had mentioned is the calendar for user interface, drag and drop stuff. I want to talk about synchronization, and I want to talk about search. People are interested in just a simpler way to find stuff in their database. Who wants to field that one?
I'll start off with that. It's interesting that the points you raised, they all go to what we generally refer to as usability. And it's really a result of these types of feedbacks you've seen in your blog, which is very consistent with the feedback we've had from lots of other users. We have a series of methods of getting people's opinions about the product to help us determine what goes into the next release. And a lot of that is through a user-centered design process, where we have our customers come in and actually work with tasks and see how they actually work, and we see if it's hard to do a task, which should be easy. As a result of that, version 11, which is coming out in the summer, the focus of that release is improving usability for those tasks that you do that you do with ACT every day. So a lot of things you mentioned will be covered in that, and I want to talk about some details as you can. I've got to tell you, this conference has been fantastic, and maybe you can reiterate that too, but the feedback I've had from our ACT partners is that what they've seen in version 11, we've nailed a lot of those things that were bugging them, bugging our customers. And I talked a lot about any specifics regarding the points you raised.
Mm-hmm. Right. What we've really tried to focus on is we're, as part of that usability study, we have top tasks. So things that we've identified that a lot of people do very often. And we want to get the workflow, the actually throughput on those top tasks down to a minimum to help really kind of maximize that user experience, that flow through the application. So we've done a lot of work, and you'll see a lot of that in V11, where we've optimized our click-throughs and tried to make things a little bit more just generally easier to use and generally easier to discover within the application, just sort of bringing that to the front. So yeah, hopefully V11, a lot of usability, a lot of focus on that was poured into that particular release.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you're asking questions of existing users, you're doing surveying, and you're finding out areas of the application where there's the greatest possibility for improvement in usability.
And that's exactly right. And to be clear, with version 11, what we heard from our customers very clearly through blogs like yours and also through our customer community is that what they really wanted was, in this release, was a focus on exactly what Alan talked about. Don't give us any cool new features today. Just get the things that we used to do really easily in previous versions of ACT. Get those things as perhaps what they wanted was working the same. That won't always be the case because we have new technology and sometimes better ways of doing those other tasks. But we're certainly focused on making those things that perhaps are harder than they think should be done, harder than they should be today, make those much easier. And that's really the focus of version 11, and also improving installation of 11 and making it more seamless and easier.
Well, one of the points that I hear a lot is, why should I upgrade if there are no new features?
Right.
So to your point, what you're hearing in a majority case is people are saying, we really don't need more new features, we just need to make the existing features easier. And is that, for those that are listening, is that worth paying for just because it's easier? Your thoughts?
Well.